Happy Monday, everybody. I was just on Lori's show and my camera was foggy. I don't know what the heck that was. Like I had onion skin on it. So, hello. Welcome to Linda's garden. I think this is the biggest zucchini I've done. I have another one in the kitchen, pretty near the same size. Check out the size of that zucchini, you guys. Now my tomatoes are still green, but they're big. But they're not turning red. So you guys might have some tips for me. So thank you, Steph. Thank you. Who's here? Water Lily, Lisa. Thank you. Nicole should be coming soon. I got her a treadmill for her birthday in Costco. I got the same treadmill in my garage that's sitting out there that probably I used twice. Anyway, I got her the same one at Costco and they showed up today and it was so big that they couldn't get it. They could get it in the front door, but they couldn't get it in her bedroom. And so she said, Ma, it won't fit. I said, oh, Jesus. But Costco, that's why you deal with Costco, because they take everything back, even though she had kind of taken some of the cardboard and stuff off. So they took it back. And we're going to get her something a little smaller for her bedroom. But there was no problem taking it back. So, hi, Bill. Hi, Jane, Carol. And Nicole and I were talking about prayers. Hold on. I got to do my 3 cards for next month. There's no 3 card this Thursday. Oh, tomorrow Ness is on at 11. I'll post that. Well, actually, hers won't be live. Probably I'll do the prayers at on the 30th, which is a Wednesday. How's that sound to you guys? Okay. One last week count. This month seems like it's going by slow. Oh, they can get bigger. Someone said that they can get bigger, but she thinks they taste better. Let me tell you, our friend down the street, Portuguese guy, he used to he used to make zucchini and tomatoes, and he was so funny. Very Catholic, but he used to go down to the church down the street, and he'd say, yeah, I went down there and brought him some zucchinis and tomatoes. He was a good gardener. And whenever I went over there was always a nice plate of fresh tomatoes and zucchinis. And he said, yeah, he said, those GD nuns. Oh, my God. Oh, they wanted me to drive them here and there. Well, of course, you're down there. You're supposed to be helping them out. But he was so funny. So, ooh, vegetarian lasagna. Ooh, I like zucchini sliced up, and then I like it with a little olive oil and butter and garlic. Yeah, Be Free. Be Free just said 47's death soon. Do you think this will be a physical death or a spiritual death and a rebirth? I can't technically tell you when he's going to die, but I'm telling you, he is going to. But I can't tell you when. I don't know when. It's not for me to say. But I'm feeling loss of something's going to happen big. But it's before the end of his 4-year career as a president. So I think he's going to have to exit stage left. His political career will be over next year. Okay. Oh, what's this? For my sister Kathy, she has the same thing Kim Copeland had, an aneurysm in her stomach. Oh, we'll pray for her, Water Lily. But I know what I was going to tell you. I'm going to do prayers. See, I got NASA 11, so I'll probably do prayers around noontime tomorrow. We'll do prayers, okay? But we'll pray for her. I also want to pray for Annette Bricka, our medium. Her husband has stage 4 liver cancer, and it's in his lungs, and so she's going through that. She's such a sweetheart. Very shocking, because he used to tell her, I'm only going to live so many years. And she said, who's a psychic around here? But I guess he knew. Also, her dog is terminally ill. So everything's coming at her, poor baby. And so we'll pray for her. And Nancy, I just found out, Nancy in the garden, you know our Nancy? Someone sent me, you'll look in my community, GoFundMe. Apparently she needs some help to pay for some bills that are coming up for her. So it's like, whoa. So Nancy in the garden, the one who I do shows with, she's struggling. So, okay, this is interesting. Hold on. So tomorrow around noontime, we'll do. Okay, let's see what this is. Just watched an ominous video posted how ICE is grabbing people and people are confronting them. We need change soon. Feels like German Gestapo. Yes, doesn't. Not liking this energy. And let me tell you something a little bit, that anonymous isn't all that. I hate to tell you guys this. It's not like, ooh, wait till no. Anonymous comes off like they're something, but they're not. Their information isn't as surprising. That's what I can tell you guys. Don't ask me why I felt this, but it was like my guides were saying, well, you can kind of take or leave what they say. So thank you guys. Nancy Jean. And thank you for Annette. We'll do some prayers tomorrow for her. She's just a sweetheart. She's just a sweetie. So, yes, most benevolent outcome. Oh, Cindy says they anonymous announced they'd have big news at the end of June. Then there was nothing. This is what I'm talking about. Once they start saying they got all this, the big announcement, and nothing happens, it kind of rings on my parade too. It's just like Trump. He's always lying. Daniel, I'm not seeing the conservative. Let me take a quick look. Daniel's asking about the Conservative Party in Canada. You might be asking are they going to take over? Is that guy that's there now, the Prime Minister, is he with the Conservative Party? Oh, Louisa, that sounds good. I don't like time, though. I don't know why. Oh, Linda, be sure to send grindle9103@gmail.com and put prayers in the subject matter and put down that prayer you just asked for. And I'll read that tomorrow. Midas touch is good. Very good. Okay, so Canada. So I don't know when. I doubt very much this month. She's dealing with so much that Annette and I will do for the month of August. I think she'll need that time off. Good husband, too. So there's some people who have good husbands. Let me tell you, it can happen. Not for me, it didn't. Not because of them even. I'm not blaming them. I just wasn't able to have a healthy relationship because I wasn't healthy. Wishes come true. Canada's got the karmic star. Good news coming in. It's holding on. You know, Canada, you're the reason why my winery up the street here is not doing any good. I guess they're not going to Viva Las Vegas. I haven't found out about Disneyland. Does anybody know if Disneyland's doing okay? I know Disney World because people weren't coming down from Canada. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, listen, Christy, that astrology impersonator says on the thing they're not me, but they're a big fan of me, and they use my work to do on their show, representing, and they only have 600 subscribers. I haven't seen that change in the whole time. Before they would just put it on like it was me. Now they changed that. They probably changed the wording, but report it anyway. Disneyland is doing great. I was there last week and it was packed. Well, there you go. Okay. So Canada, as far as Conservative Party, if it's the Conservatives that keep it going, because it's very strong. Canada's getting stronger and stronger. Canada's doing really good. And then when Trump's gone, it will go across the border and shake hands and work with them. It's a beautiful thing. Thanks, K-Dub. How is Jarrett feeling about Ivanka attending parties with her father at the island? Oh, did you see Trump just announced, I never had the privilege of being able to go to his island? What a lie. Oh my God, what a liar. Jesus. She attended parties because he's so creepy. That guy Wolf talked about her on the Apprentice show about Ivanka. He said, don't let her little sweet talk fool you. He said she could swear like a sailor. Okay, so how does Jared? Jared is weird. Don't be surprised if they catch him accidentally OD'd and wearing his wife's underwears. That's the kind of weird I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, they're worried about some trouble they may be in. They're worried, you guys. Foolish. Reverse with the fools here. Raking in your just rewards. Daddy going out of the picture. Ooh. There's so much detail coming out, but let me tell you, there's some high-ranking people. We're looking at Epstein and Trump. This is beyond that. This is huge. Oh, thank you, Cindy. This is huge. Yeah, you know, Jared seems to me like a female more so than a male. She's a Scorp, so she probably runs the ship. Hey, Nicole. The problem is, Andrea, it's not really up to us to, as much as I'd love to give you the date and time he's exiting. But the realm doesn't kind of allow that. It's sort of like a sin to even ask for it. So I had done a pendulum thing the other day, and May was very strong. But is it he's gone? Well, he's gone as president for sure. And I wouldn't doubt if he goes before even the midterms. But as far as his body leaving, I don't know. He's not very healthy. So, you know, the other day I was kind of doing my meditation. Let me tell you something. I'm not doing it enough. Because they told me the power within all of you. One of the purposes of me even doing this show that I was even on YouTube. Remember when the man said, "You're going to do YouTube?" And I said, "What are you, cray? I'm not going to get up and brush my hair." And he said, "Linda, you will help calm people down." One of the things they have told me is the power of each individual to be able to change all of this. We have the power within us if we could just focus. And how hard is it to focus when the news media is pouring all the bull and the crap and we're overwhelmed with it? We just have to focus and know, encircle him, encircle the 47. And I know you guys will say, "What do you mean a white light?" But encircle him with a white light that what goes around comes around. So when he hits it, if he's putting out good, it comes right back. But if he's putting out bad, we can't go into a state of resistance wishing that he would, for ugly things. Thank you, Luana. We have to know in our soul and our energy. I think a lot of you do know, but we still get frightened. And we constantly, that's why we're still doing these shows. If we were as powerful as we should be, you guys wouldn't even need to listen to another psychic. You wouldn't need the info. He's going down. We're just curious about the details. I kind of ask like I do to see if anything changes, but it always says he's going down. He's going down for the count. So, we can't wish for ill will. I told you that'll work against us. It puts us in a state of resistance. But if you can breathe and focus, and then, when you catch yourself overthinking and say, and even hand it over if you have to, say to the higher powers, I hand this over to you. Please remove this person from our existence. We don't need to be in pain anymore. Help those in need, because a lot of things are going to change. The Netanyahu Israel thing's going to change. That'll turn course on a dime. Suddenly, Israel is the enemy, which is very sad, but he did that. He did that to his people. There's going to be Russia. Somebody's saying Putin is doing really bad. He sent a whole bunch of jets over and they were able, I think, NATO, got involved with their planes. So something is going down. Things are going down. Things will change. They're sending food. Oh, Trump. I sent 60 was it $1 million worth of food to Gaza and nobody thanked me. Because it's his money, It's not us, the American people. It's his. I know it's so bad, Raymond. Trust that this too shall pass. And then we will go into a realm of, as we practice this and see it working, because it works. As you start telling the realm, and there's even reasons for this horrendous thing like him winning, because it awakens a lot of people. He is so hated. It's not even funny. But we got to change it from hate to a form of, and we can't even be in resistance, a form of grounding and removing him energetically from this plane. We don't have to ask for death, just removing that energy. He is not a good person. Put the light. Oh, thank you, Annie. Oh, Lupe, thank you. Hey, Kevin Loving. I went through a period of time. It was so much bad news. One thing after the other. And some psychic or astrologer said, yeah, you have this bad past life and you're kind of having to pay the piper. I know you're exhausted, KT. And I thanked it. I told you I thanked the universe for the cancer because that was my awakening. And I thanked it for I even said to the realm, okay, if this, how some people are just at one piece of bad news after the other. I get letters from people. It's like blah, 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 blah. And the dog died, financial troubles, getting kicked out of a home and stuff. whatever you do, don't commit Harry Carey over money. That can always change. And when I tell them this is a past life, this is an energy taking place, like Andrea likes to talk about Saturn. And just energetically give it back to the world. And I thanked the universe. I said, if this is some sort of payment I'm supposed to make, then let it be. I'm glad to make it. And you know that thing where people go in the Catholic Church where they confess and ask for forgiveness, and they confess their sin? Do you know, energetically, I can see where that came from, because in your confessing of the things you've done wrong, sometimes I'll look back at something in my life and realize, oh my gosh, that Linda, you were horrible. Do you know, I accept that energy and I look at it and I thank the universe, and I also ask for forgiveness. And every time I do that, it's like vibrationally I get stronger. So try that out too. Ooh, Parmesan cheese to my zucchini. Yeah, you guys were all thinking about the zucchini. I got another one, huge. And zucchinis can last for a while. But what do I do about them tomatoes? They ain't turning red. Thank you, Deanne. I'll be on with Deanne tomorrow night with Mel and Lena. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, we sold tickets for the Benicia event, but we don't have 40 available. We got 20, I think, 20 left. And I got me a good the private chef thing to work it. So the food's going to be, you know, with me, you're going to have delish food. Yeah, where priests go pleasure themselves in your sense. Wait, somebody just said something about tomatoes. Oh, a brown paper bag? Okay, I can do that. So go ahead and clip them while they're green. No, you don't thank Trump for nothing. No. You got it totally wrong, Zine. Sorry if I'm not. Don't let it touch you. Don't let him touch you. Understand that this too shall pass. But no, you don't have to thank him or be in grace for him. What you do is kind of energetically focus on encircling him and blowing him away. Get him the hell out of here. But he is waking us up to what true freedom really is. Hi, Patty. Being chronically ill, my body but built my spirit. It's taught me strength, surrender, and sacred stillness. Amen, girlfriend. And let me tell you something, Nubia. There's a lot of very physically incapacitated people out there. And a lot of times people say, but why? And it's usually a past life, some sort of karma they came in with. But those who attain peace in that limited body, psychically, they're way out there. I've met a lot of people that even had children that were very limited, and the beauty that they bring to the families, it's amazing. I'm sorry about the Alzheimer's, sweetie. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. My brother-in-law died at the age of 56 from Alzheimer's. My email address is grindle9103@gmail.com. What will Governor Newsom do for homeless people who Trump says can't be rounded up and detained for an unlimited amount of time, who are U.S. citizens? Well, let's start from the beginning. The beginning of all this hassle was Reagan when he told my uncle was at Napa State Hospital. He was uh, uh, Alzheimer's. No, not Alzheimer's. What was Uncle Earl? I mean Uncle Butch. Uncle Butch had paranoid schizophrenia. So did my grandfather, and he should have been on medication in a facility, and they just let him loose. They just let him loose. And he was breaking windows in San Francisco. The police would call him. He wasn't a ward to my father. He was a ward to the state. It was heartbreaking. He died at 62 before his brothers of heart disease. But that's because when you have that kind of issue, they don't tend to work on you because they don't think you can handle it. Oh, thank you, Jenny. So, oh, I love Ireland. If you get a chance to go, they have good desserts and everything. So, okay, so it started with him. And then Governor Newsom tried during COVID to have hotels, and the city would pay for it for the homeless, et cetera, to come in. And they tore it up. They tore up the rooms. It was horrible what they did. So it has to be more of an institutionalized situation that helps them. People who have been homeless just because they fell into a bad break and they lost their job, that's one thing, especially if you have children. But there's some who prefer to be homeless. And how do they deal with that situation? Yeah, Trump can round up and detain, but it's just a big mess. It's a big mess. He's spending so much money, it's not even funny. Yeah, they really had an impact on him. And I see under the table information coming out. I see under the table information, people talking about it. It's going to be beautiful. Dan might actually come forward more with good stuff. The other one, cross-eyed guy, not so much. Yeah, I do see something coming up for the homeless, but it's more like Napa State. It's more of a hospital situation. That's what I see. I see, and uh, he's talking about. There's a famous actor that's even building a place for foster children that they can live. They have grocery stores, they have medical care, but he wants to give foster children a break. And I see something for the homeless. And the thing is, a lot of the homeless need to be on some sort of medication. So I see that taking place. Um, oh, somebody said sorry for you. Christian Bale. Yeah, that's so cool. The thing is, like, look at Elon. He's talking about being the first trillionaire. Not a dime goes towards anything for other people. He keeps all, and there you go, because they say what goes around comes around. And they say the more you give, the more you get. But what's his deal? Why is he making buco money and still living like a fat cow? So you can't hold on to energy like that and not get hit. Yeah, they don't need all that money. Like Bill Gates, he's given away his money. The Buffett is giving away most of his money. They leave money for the kids, but they got enough for everybody. Um, oh yeah, Trini, when you give from your heart, it's not the giving like that Trump does. I just got 60 million to Gaza for food, and I haven't heard a thanks. Notice how he wants everybody to know. Okay. Oh, Prime Minister Carney is a liberal. I see kind of liberals are staying in right now. Everybody's so mad at the United States. They don't want anything that could turn into him or be like him. Will AI really help advance humanity? Good question. I use that chat thing. I'll never use that one, Grok or whatever Elon likes. I can see where they think they're saying medically when you put the information in on one of those AI things, the answers are better than doctors. But what is AI going to do to the world? It's going to be hard on India because they try all these places, AT&T, and they're trying to hire people in India to answer customer service line. They're going to watch what happens. They're going to switch it to AI where you don't need to pay people. Well, that's weird. What the heck? I was just talking, was it on Lori's or was it with Mel? I was just talking that I felt a man was getting ready to cross soon. And look at this. This is crossing. There's the coffin. And it's someone in the government. I was even wondering if it was Mitch McConnell or something. There's no tower around it or shock, but it's like, oh, so-and-so passed away in their sleep. That might be coming right up. Oh, let's see how the stock market did today. Down 64 points. Not all that. Okay, so it could be Mitch that's going. I saw that Kennedy had the same glitch. Hi, Joy. Right now, we do not have the power to handle AI. So, yeah, that makes sense. Who's this? Dree. Thank you, Dree. Ooh, 5,000 in a. Bill Barr's on hospice for reals? Is Bill Barr on hospice? No. No sources saying he's on hospice. I thought for a minute there you were telling me some hot news. Oh, I need to look at Sterling's. I saw he had talked to Ozzy. He can do it right away. I have to wait a couple of months. Where's the Ozzy? Had a message from Ozzy. He said not to grieve for him. He said, I made it, Sharon. And he called her Sharon, too. Okay, let's see. We got 5,000 in the room. Yeah, well, she was part of the Epstein thing. She knows all about it, you guys. I know that she met him through Epstein. He knew her before. They don't want that to get out. And that she was very good friends with Ghislaine. Don't believe a word Ghislaine says. She lies while breathing. She's not a good person at all. Oh, Gigi. She said, I worked AT&T, and believe me, they always will try to go to a skeleton crew. I believe it. I have a hell of a time with AT&T. I would call them, and they would go through my phone and do this and do that. Calls dropped. Calls never rang. This last time I called, I actually got somebody I think actually solved my case. It's actually working out because I was fearful of changing over to Verizon, but I had no choice. Calls were just not coming through. Oh, I love those naps with the grandkids. Ah, okay. Ozzy Osbourne was on MySpace, and he was having a concert, and I think it's around my chemo time, and he was going to be nearby, and I wrote him on the G. It wasn't like his page wasn't packed, but I wrote him and said, "Yeah, sorry, I going through chemo, and I would have liked to have tried one of your shows, but I wasn't able to. I won't be able to." And he wrote me back and said, "I'm really, it was all under, no, not capitalized." He said, "I'm so sorry to hear about your cancer, but uh, thank you very much, and you get well soon." Hi, Crafty. Thank you. Yeah, I have a landline, but that's with Comcast. In the old days where you had the phone that even if all the power went out, you could still use it because though no power is needed with those landlines. Power is needed for everything now. Yeah, Miata, look at that. I told you guys I had a bad feeling about Anonymous. Like they were bringing out stuff like that, whatever. Let's take a look at Marco Rubio. Somebody wants me to just take a quick look, see at him. I won't keep you guys long. But I asked my daughter, should I do a live? I haven't done a live in a while. Tell me about Mark Rubio. Oh, there's a smell on him. It's like when I go to look at him, it's very dark, you guys. He's one of the darker energies I've seen in a while. Somebody told me that Steve Bannon and Epstein were real goody. Steve Bannon was hanging out with Epstein when Trump was in office the first time. And that's when Epstein and Trump stopped because of a bad real estate thing. And Epstein thought that Trump had stolen from him. But he hung out with Steve Bannon, so I couldn't help but wonder, was Steve Bannon hanging out with Epstein one of the reasons why Trump fired him? Steve Bannon's probably on that list. Rubio. Ooh, Rubio's not doing too well. This doesn't have to be physical. This can be emotionally not doing well. Trump is reversed, so Trump's not doing well too. He's with the sick captain, if you know what I mean. He's looking at an exit stage left. In his house is some good news, so some good news with the family. Fortune's fate, and look at the demon is right on top of him. And he's from Cuba, right? Or that's where, because I feel like maybe even some curse has been put on him. Somebody may be cursing him. Ooh, this looks good, Sarah. My daughter have created and delivered 165,000 meals for those in need in Israel, Gaza, and Lebanon. Very nice, Sarah. Let's look when Kennedy's going to go. When's Kennedy going to go? Well, now I can't find it. Well, it doesn't matter. Somebody wrote me and said, when's Kennedy? gonna go. So let's ask when Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was delighted when Elon got rid of his father's the beloved thing where they were feeding the poor and helping with HIV drugs. And did you see where they're saying, well, children can now work in place of the illegals? I said, yeah, have their children work. Because they can't force the children to work. Unless they start kidnapping children, which I wouldn't put it past them. Kennedy, when's Kennedy? I think he's severely depressed because that demon on top of him isn't good. Kennedy's got some legal issues coming up by September. Look at this. That's like jail or not being able to get out of a bad position. This is a judge before him. This is him trying to go to calmer waters, losing money. Ooh, Satan is on his side. And here's Trump. So what is Trump? Trump might decide that Kennedy, Trump might try to get on everybody's good side and then like push on Kennedy. He's no good. Bondi, she's no good. You know how he does. I realize that they're doing these things and I'm not agreeing, but he knew the whole time. He knew the whole time. I'm not seeing Melania or Rubio being deported. Not at all. I see she will move on her own. She won't be deported. Him, I'm not quite sure what he does. There's a sadness here. He might even do some jail time. So, there's that's Muskogee land that's burning in Florida. No, Christy. Let me tell you, he'll be one of you think Trump is hated. Oh, hell to the no. Don't you worry, girlfriend. So you guys, don't you worry. Now let's all energetically take a deep breath. Breathe it out. Deep breath. Breathe it out. Let's talk about how we're really looking forward to the days of Linda G. are not having to fulfill your life. That everything becomes beautiful. That we're only talking about the good that's going to happen for mankind. And it will happen for mankind. But we need to focus on your attention. Look at Trump. I know it's hard to look at him. And energetically encircle him with a white light. And you tell him, be gone. You have no power here. Be gone. You have no power here. Push him out. Push him out, you guys. Be gone. You have no power here. Yep. And it's not very long. This too shall pass. Gigi, I don't see that happening. I don't know if someone told you. I do not see that happening. Is Barron Trump dating Obama's daughter? No credible evidence. They've never even met, according to this. So don't you worry. No, her father would do something for sure. Okay, you guys, I'll let you go. We've been on for 44 minutes, 5,968 in the room. I appreciate y'all coming. I'll catch you on the other side. You guys can have a good Monday. And pretty soon we won't even be watching any of the news. We're just so happy that it's going to be hard not to be joyful when bad things happen, but bad things are going to happen. Cheers, you guys. Thank you also to Equus, Kelly Keith, Donna, Lisa. Who else was here? My daughter, Nicole. Love you all. Cheers. Water Lily. Bye, you guys.